What's good, people? It's your boy DL Saint. Just sitting here killing time waiting on my daughter. Um, Wanted to talk about automation and its effect on our society in real time. So I was just in CVS and I refuse to use self-checkout no matter where I am. Whatever grocery store or retail store I'm in, I refuse to use self-checkout. I will wait for a human to check me out, and if they don't provide me with a human, I will leave all my goods right there and I'll walk out the store. So like, man, that's kind of extreme, Don. Why would you do that? Well, I believe that people need to be gainfully employed. It is just a matter of time, and it's certainly going to be in our lifetime, that retail stores across the board will be fully automated. So they'll go from their human staff, wherever it currently is now, we're just making up numbers. So let's just say they're 100% staffed by humans. Within the next 10 to 20 years, I think that staff will dwindle down to like into the single digit percentage. Everything else will be automated. And those people who are there will be the people who basically count the money and maintain the automated equipment, the robots, basically. So I want to keep humans employed. So I'm in CVS. I refuse to use the machines. And the woman checked me out. She had a bit of an attitude, I'm not going to lie. She was a little frustrated that I wouldn't check myself out. And she asked me why. And I told her what I just said. I'm not going to do it. I refuse to do it. And I told her I would have left these goods here on the floor and walked out before I would use self-checkout. And then she went on to defend the automation. Well, here at our store, we haven't lost any employees. They take good care of us, and all those positive talking points you could think of. I went on to explain to her that it is, in fact, the plan is to replace her and all of her coworkers. She's gonna get replaced. I'm like, this automation is here to take your job. It's just a matter of time before the robots are stocking the shelves, and it's just a matter of time then before you're fired, right? And then this woman was older than me. I'm 50. I think she was maybe, well, she looked to be a little older than me, but she could have been, plus or minus 5 years. So maybe she was in her mid to late 40s or maybe her early 50s like me. And I told her, I'm retired. And then she looked at me, her jaw drops. And I'm like, yes, I'm retired because we have a union. Like, you guys really should have a union. And then she went on to rail against unions. Again, that blew my mind. And I asked her, like, why would you fight the very entity that will allow you a better working wage, better working conditions, paid time off, right? Healthcare, right? Why would you not want that? And she went on to tell me how unions are bad and there's some sort of political spiel. I said, I don't know about all that. I was like, but the only way that the common man in this country ever had true political access was through unions. And I'm no smart guy. I don't have letters behind my name, but I will tell you this. If you look at history and you look at America post-World War II, right, unions were huge. All the soldiers who defended freedom, right, from tyranny, that defeated the Nazis in Imperial Japan and the Italians and the rest of the Axis forces, those men came home, they unionized, and they worked their butts off. And that was the golden age of America, if you really look at it, for most Americans. I mean, yeah, African Americans, we had it bad, but we had good jobs back then too as well. It just wasn't as good. And I think that's another subject. But overall, America was peaking. And Americans had political access, right? CEOs only made maybe 2 to 5 times more than the people who were on the floor working, as opposed to now, where it's hundreds of thousands of times the amount, and they don't do any work. Like, CEOs don't do nothing but ruin companies, and they get paid for it. So I went on and engaged with this woman, and one of her coworkers walked up and she actually began to back my side of it. And this wasn't a heated debate or anything like that. It was a very calm conversation. And by the end of our talk, This particular woman began to really think about her position on automation and her position on unions. So this, to me, is my way of spreading to the masses the importance of unions. Now, I'm not saying unions are perfect, right? I'm not saying that that's the answer to everything, but I will say this. It feels good to be 50 years old and retired. It feels amazing to get a pension, to be able to sit around and think and create and to better myself and to better my family. I couldn't have done that without a union, right? So shout out to NACA, National Air Traffic Controllers Association. My favorite union. I'm biased because I've been a member of that union for over 25 years. And just something to think about, people. Just kind of mull that over. All right? It's your boy DL Saint, Don Lewis, down the Downrange Podcast. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.